Are you worried about the future of the U.S. economy? With so much uncertainty in the air, it's natural to fret about the security of your retirement savings. But there's one asset that stands the test of time: gold. For centuries, gold has been a hedge against market volatility and economic instability. With a gold IRA from Noble Gold Investments, you can harness the power of precious metals to help protect your financial future. By rolling over your existing IRA or 401k into a self-directed gold IRA, you can enjoy the potential for long-term growth and stability. Diversify your portfolio with a tangible asset that has real value. Setting up your gold IRA has never been easier with Noble Gold Investments' streamlined process and expert guidance. This election year, don't let election volatility and uncertainty keep you up at night. Vote for the timeless safety of gold and silver in 2024. Noble Gold Investments will give you up to 10 1-ounce silver Trump coins or 1 10-ounce silver American flag bar if you open a qualified account. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com right now. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. What's going on, everyone? Hydrate, damn it. I'm looking at 110 degrees today. Oh, but don't worry. Right now, it's only 99. So don't cry for me, Argentina. How are you? How are you? Tuesday live. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I had a lot of things going on. I had an interview that I did for Green's House, my channel, where I sit down with amazing people who have an interesting story to tell. And parent stuff. What can you do? My son wanted to do, so the boxing gym that he goes to has morning classes from 6:30 to 9:15 or 6:30 to 9:30, and then afternoon classes from 4 to 6. So he wanted to do the morning class. So I had to flip everything around, go to the morning class. My daughter had her lesson at noon. You know how shit goes. But I knew I had today off as well, so I figured I'll just move it to today. A lot of crazy shit going on. And before we get to any of that fecal matter, I do want to say shout out to everybody in the comment section. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody who's watching or listening, who's not in the comment section. You are all welcome. It's a safe space from all of you, and you're heard, and you are loved. Speaking of love, somebody's showing some love, damn it. So what I need to do, show a little appreciation. I don't know. That's why I speak English. Shout out to Brendan Gerzlak. Appreciate the Hamilton. He says, hi, Jericho. I think I popped that super chat cherry. You did, and you were surprisingly gentle. The best way to find Biden is send Kamala. He is over 70 and most likely has gray down there hair. Haha, love you, JG. You know that Kamala, she's a hound dog when it comes to that senior citizen PP. She loves an old dick. And yeah, she'll find him. All you got to do is take a pair of his underwear, let her get a scent. Go get him, girl. Let her off the leash. She'll sniff it out. She'll point like those pointer dogs hunting ducks. She'll point right there. There's the old dick in there. Are you sure, girl? Yeah, she's sure. A lot of crazy shit going on. Speaking of Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, the politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical. Shout out to Mayor Willie Brown, because she went downtown on Willie Brown. She went down so she could go up. She went down so she could go up. Anyway, that is true, by the way. It's not hyperbole. It's not a joke. It's not, actually. She did do that. And I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he said, you got to work something in with Willie Brown, you know, now that she's possibly, looks like she's going to be the nominee for the Democratic Party. but she is from California. And as I mentioned, her political career started with her interaction with Mayor Willie Brown back in the day. From there, she went to district attorney of San Francisco. Then she went to attorney general, I believe, of the state of California. And then she went to senator of California. And then she went to vice president. And now they're trying to throw her in the ring for president. So this is further proof. I've been saying this for years. I'm sure I wasn't the first person you heard this from, but it doesn't make it any less true. These people fail up. They don't fail down like we do in the private sector. Angel Dust Lyrics, shout out to your pops. I appreciate that. They don't fail down like us commoners, like you paupers who are down in the slums, working and toiling with sweat upon your brow. They don't fail down like we do. If we mess up, there are consequences. You get demoted, you lose your job, you lose your business, whatever you do, lose your clientele. In the private sector with the paupers and the commoners and the 9 to 5ers. If we fail, we go down. But those people, they fail up. Like, oh shit, you're completely incompetent on this level? Well, we can't wait to see what you do on the next level. And they go up. Here you go, Kamala. No qualifications whatsoever. The only reason she's there is because Sloppy Joe said that he wanted to hire a black woman as his vice president. Not only is that stupid because you're cutting out all the other groups of people who may be and probably are much more qualified for the job. Actually, to be more qualified than Kamala, all you have to do is be qualified. But this further speaks to Sloppy Joe's senility. He said he was going to pick a black woman, and he couldn't even pick a black woman. So we can add colorblind to his list of mental failures. She's not even black. She ain't. She is half Indian. What? And half, her dad's Jamaican, but he's not even full Jamaican. He's mixed. So if anything, she's biracial. She's definitely biracial. She's mixed. But she's not black. And I don't understand how people who say if you're a little bit black, you're black. Isn't that the one drop rule, which was from Jim Crow era and slave time? Isn't that bad? Don't we want to get away from that? But they're steady adopting things from those eras. I don't get it. Kamala Harris is not black. She's mixed. And from what I saw when she was sworn in as a senator for the state of California, she was called the first Indian American senator. So she wasn't claiming black then. And then when I saw her on a cooking show with an Indian cook and they were cooking Indian food, she was talking about all the dal and naan bread and curry and shit that she ate growing up. And she was talking about Indians. She wasn't talking about, she didn't say, whoa, no, wait a minute. When they swore her in as the first Indian American senator, she didn't say, well, hold on a second. Or when they started calling her that in the media, she didn't say, well, hold on a second. I'm not just Indian. I'm also half whatever my dad is. Or she should have said, actually, I'm black. You guys are wrong. You're calling me Indian, but I'm black. Because she's certainly cloaking herself in that now. And isn't that weird that she's getting this title of being the first black whatever and being a black woman and all this shit and doing set up bullshit FaceTimes with Taraji P. Henson, who is a black actress and for black folks and all this shit. She's being called something that she's not. So doesn't that make you feel weird if somebody gives you credentials that you didn't earn? Like if somebody said you had a degree or you held this title, but you really didn't, instantly you're going to be like, nah, this doesn't feel right because that's not true. I think that icky feeling you have is called integrity. And Kamala is without that. She's void of integrity. If you took integrity on your thumb and pressed it into her forehead, it would go, and she would go, like the demon she is. like Constantine when he took that cross and put it in that demon's head. Or remember the end of Lost Boys when he threw one of the vampires in that bathtub full of water and garlic? That's what happens when you bring integrity anywhere near your conviction or beliefs. If you bring that anywhere near Kamala, it's like one of those scenes out of those movies. But wouldn't you be like, ugh? No, you'd have to correct them. No, I didn't do that. I didn't do this. It was this and it was that. But you wouldn't just let that go unchecked. And this reminds me of a story. I'm trying to tell you a story. When I was working at Trader Joe's, one of my coworkers, she came up to me and she said, so what was it like being a Navy SEAL? And I was like, what? I have no idea what it's like to be a Navy SEAL. She's like, oh, somebody told me that you were a Navy SEAL. That shit was hilarious. I have a flag behind me hanging in my studio that's signed by the members of SEAL Team 6. But I've been to the Navy SEAL National Museum in Fort Pierce, Florida, and I met all the wonderful people who work there, and Elaine and the whole crew, Grant, his lovely wife, Yoda, Josh, Phil. A lot of the people down there, I've met people who are in that community. I've met some when I was in the Navy. I met some when I was a Sea Cadet when I was a kid, and they would come to talk to us and shit at our weekly drills. But going through buds and all that shit, no. I was in the Navy. I wasn't a Navy SEAL. But as soon as she said that, there was no way in the world that I was going to let that go any further. You're not going to think that I was a SEAL because I didn't earn that. And Kamala's not black, so why is she enjoying the benefits, meaning the media attention and all that shit, of being a black woman? And she's not. And you have all these willfully ignorant people out here who are just okay with it. She's darker than my t-shirt. She must be black. We don't want Trump in office because he's going to bring back Jim Crow laws and he's going to enact Project 2025. But then we're going to go by rules from Jim Crow, the one drop rule. And her family, her father's side, owned slaves. Roll Reggie. But she's a black woman. So I guess if you say it enough, then you are. If you say it enough, I guess you are. I guess if you say that she's a black woman enough, then she'll become a black woman. That's the logic they're going by. Because that woman is Indian. That's what she's identified as until she wandered into vice presidency. Now she's, I'm in these streets, Taraji. You know, I'm out in these streets, girl. Yeah, she went, thanks, J-Po. She went to a HBCU. I know white people who went to HBCUs. That don't make you black. Stub my pinky toe 89 says, Jericho, I've been lidgered today. Well, you know who to call if you've been lidgered. You call my 800 number. 1-800-JERICHO. If you've been lidgered in an accident, I'm your man. I don't get paid unless you make a collection. I'm just going by off of what Sloppy Joe said. Dirk Plexiglass says, you can be anything you want to be, Jericho. I guess so. You can hop races if you want to. You can hop genders. Monday, you're a dude. Tuesday, you're a lady. So you can hop genders. I guess you can hop races. If you say it enough, you are. So I guess if you go into your bathroom right now and turn off the lights and look in the mirror and you say, black woman, black woman, black woman, that's what you're going to be. whatever that looks like. What was that fucking movie from the 80s where this kid put on blackface and he acted like a black dude for the whole movie? What was that movie called? I know one of you guys know. So whatever you guys want to be, go into your bathroom right now, or a bathroom, doesn't have to be yours. Turn off the lights and say, billionaire, billionaire, billionaire. And all of a sudden you'll have an ascot and a pipe. My day, old boy. How will I spend my billions today? Black Like Me? Is that what it's called? Daro 333? Soul Man. Which one was it? But yeah, it was like this young kid, and he painted himself in dark brown, makeup or whatever it was. Fucking black. It's from the 80s. Oh shit. So funny. But anyway, Soul Man. Okay, that seems to be the consensus. So you don't have to be who you are. If you don't want to be who you are, just say it enough times and you will, because they said it enough times and now Kamala has switched races. I wonder how her Indian mother feels. When you have these people who shit on white people and they're like half white, the Colin Kaepernicks of the world, I wonder how their white parents feel. I wonder how her Indian family feels that she's embracing her blackness that she doesn't have. Why doesn't she, I wonder what they feel like. I wonder what they say to her at their family gatherings. Ralston Hodge. Hello, my good sir. Ralston Hodge. A billionaire's name if I've heard one. Good to see you. Oh, her mom's dead? Damn, that sucks. R.I.P. Well, she still has family. Her whole Indian side of the family. I wonder what they think when they hear on TV all the time and on their feeds on their phone, the black vice president, the first black. I'm gonna hire a black woman. I'm gonna hire a black woman. And then you get Kamala. So Sloppy Joe really is senile. He's in like stage 6 senility. I think they only go up to 4, but he has an extra 2 because he said, yeah, I'm gonna hire a black woman. And he got an Indian one. Okay, close enough, I guess. Speaking of Sloppy Joe, you know that he dropped out. He dropped out of the race. He's no longer running for a second term. He said it would be in the party's best interest if he steps aside. Why? If you're so strong, if you're Jack LaLanne behind closed doors, because we get the broke down Sloppy Joe can't string a sentence together, Joe Biden. But apparently behind closed doors, he's just a mathematician whiz kid. He's staying up late. He's taking multiple calls. He's doing this. He's doing that. Well, how come we get Mr. Magoo? But they're all saying he's the man. He's good. Don't worry about Joe. He's the strongest man I've ever seen. He's doing backflips in the Situation Room. Then why are you dropping out? I don't get it. I don't get it. If you're doing so well and you have to keep Donald Trump, their main focus is to keep Donald Trump out of the White House. And that's so weird. Why would people support that? Why is your main focus stopping Donald Trump? Why isn't your main focus me? Why isn't your main focus me, the American taxpayer, the American citizen? Remember me? I know it's been a while. When the federal government sees us, it's like you running into somebody you haven't seen since high school. For me, that would be 25 plus years. You kind of, hey, don't I? Aren't you? Yeah, you threw up in the, right? Takes you a minute because you haven't seen him in so long. So give the federal government a minute. Remember us? We are the American taxpayer. We are your main focus. You are a public servant. You serve the public. So focus on us. Why are you worried about Trump? Focus on me. Me. Focus on me. Over here. We're up here. Stop looking down at our wallet. We're up here, federal government. Remember us. But Sloppy Joe was saying how ready he is, how fit for the job he is. We must stop Trump. Trump is an existential threat. Trump, 2025, he's going to put you back in chains. He is going to remove your freedoms. There may not be another election. All this shit. We're in the face of all of that. And you're going to quit on us? It's in the party's best interest. What about our best interest? Wouldn't it be best for us to have a soldier like you in there, Sloppy Joe, who served for over 50 years, diligently, vigilantly, but you quit? Okay. And in his place, you're going to give us Kamala Harris, who couldn't muster 2% support when she was running for president. She's the border czar yet. Now, this is probably going to be the first thing that Trump says about her when they finally debate. Billy Ghost says, how can you put someone back in chains if they were never in chains? Don't worry about that, Billy. Those are minor details. Those are minor details. We don't have to experience slavery to feel the trauma of slavery. Let me say that again. Slower, more smooth. We don't have to experience slavery to feel the trauma of slavery. Right? So go on back. Hey, no matter what color you are, go on back down the family line. Go on up the family tree. Or down the family tree, I guess. Anyway, go back as far as you want. Take their trauma and feel the trauma yourself. All right? Maybe you're white and your ancestors come from Europe. Maybe they had a heavy diet of potatoes. Maybe they were in Eastern Europe where it snows all the time. Maybe they were one of them. Maybe they were from the Nordic region. Maybe they were from Western Europe. You have some Spaniards, some Italians. Hey, over here. Whatever happened to them, whatever wars they were in, whatever famines they lived through, take some of that. Let's go. Welcome to my new restaurant, the Trauma Buffet. And you get your plate, and you go to the trauma hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. It doesn't matter, because fuck it. If we can go back to hundreds of years ago, why can't you go back to thousands, depending on where your people are from? Go back as far as you want, and you take, famine, war, discrimination, mass extermination. This is going to be delicious. Take whatever trauma you want and put it on yourself. The trauma of slavery. The trauma of the extermination of our people. Fuck it. If we can do that, then why can't everybody do it? Everybody go back to a time that you weren't even a thought. Go back to a time that you didn't even experience. But somehow you're hurt by it. Somehow the mental scars are there. I've had somebody tell me to my face that Black folks experience the trauma or have experienced a trauma from slavery because it was passed down in our DNA. Okay. You believe that? Stick around. I have some magic beans. I'm going to sell your dumbass. So let's see. I want to find. And we're also going to talk about where is Sloppy Joe? I just saw a thing where he is going to address the public tomorrow at 8 Eastern. So that will be 5 p.m. Pacific if you're on the left coast. If you're on the left coast, it'll be 5 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, July 24th, I believe. And he is going to address the public and lay out the plan going forward. So whatever problems you're having as to why you stepped down, they're preventing you from running for re-election. Why don't they prevent you from finishing out your term? Why are you able? You can't do that, but you can do this. And it would be different if you never if you never ran for re-election. If you never ran for re-election and you're like, hey, I just want to do one term and get out of here, cool. But you didn't do that. You ran for election, plus you had the machine behind you and all these liars lying through their teeth. If they were Pinocchios, their nose would have hit the camera and knocked it over. They'd have to do those interviews outside because their nose would get so long that no building could contain it. It's a bunch of bullshit. You got all these fools telling us, no, he's fine. And then we see him, those of us who have been hit to this bullshit since he decided to run for president in 2020. As soon as they put him on camera, we're like, oh, he's fucked up. But maybe there were some who didn't realize, maybe they're not on social media so much. But when he did the debate with Trump, everybody saw that shit. Everybody saw it. This was your moment to shine. This is when you take the adrenochrome or whatever they're giving you, the Adderall, the meth. Maybe his son Hunter sprinkled a little something in his Metamucil. This is the time for you to be awake, coherent, with it. You got an hour and 30 minutes. You already had to mute the mic so he can't say anything back. There's no crowd, and you put a time limit on it. And it's on fucking CNN. You might as well hold the debate in your mother's bosom. There's no safer place than CNN for Sloppy Joe. All four of those things were in your favor. And we get we beat Medicare. Blink, blink, blink. So once they saw that, they're like, oh, shit, now we can't hide it anymore. But you're steady telling us he's fine. Gavin Newsom, Liar of the Year. Someone hand me the golden envelope. And the award for Liar of the fucking Year goes to Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom. He's up there. Are you serious? We're going to stop supporting a man over one debate. We need to get more serious about supporting him. His presidency is historic. He created 15 million jobs, more than all of the last three Republican presidents combined. All this shit. Just verbally bukkaking everybody who was willing to listen. And all the housewives, all their vaginas started glowing when Gavin Newsom got on camera. You did this to us, ladies. Your vaginas, your Penelopes. Penelope, she's talking to you. You gave us Gavin Newsom because you were so charming, he's so tall and handsome. But he's going hard in the paint. AB says, when do you usually go live? Usually I go Monday, but I had some shit going on, so I moved it to Tuesday. So Monday or Tuesday. So you have all these people, no, he's fine. And then he decides to step down. So why? If he's so fine, if he's so good to go, then why not keep running for re-election? It's a problem. Yes, authentically Kennedy, Penelope. She did that to us. Thanks a lot, bitch. But good thing, Gavin Newsom will not be her VP because can't be two Californians. I don't think the nation would go for that. But that's good. He won't be her VP, but who will? Because it sounds like it. What's his name? Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer just came out and endorsed her. Obama hasn't yet, but he's not active. Well, let me rephrase that. Obama's not officially an active politician. So for those who are still serving, use that word loosely, those who are still serving, all the heavy hitters have endorsed Kamala. Nancy Pelosi's drunk ass, Chuck Schumer, his devilish looking ass, Hakeem Jeffries. Who else is supporting her? Sloppy Joe threw his support behind her. So it looks like she's going to be their nominee. So it's her and who? Who is going to be her VP? Is it going to be Booty Gauge, our transportation secretary? Is it going to be Whitmer? I don't think so. Two chicks, two fucking broads. I don't think that'll happen. But who will be her VP? Will it be a fucking white man? Because they kind of have to. They kind of have to pick Kamala Harris. Because if you don't make her the nominee, then what are you? It's the R word. You don't want to be called that. Ew. F-Ware says Hillary VP. Ew. Ew. That's probably the nastiest presidential ticket. Kamala, and Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton's running as her VP, Kamala's gonna die. Oh, that is faux show. Faux show. Kamala's out of here. If Hillary, you think Hillary's gonna play second fiddle? Yee-hoo! You think she's going to play second fiddle to anyone, let alone a woman of color? And Kamala looks halfway decent, so you know Bill Clinton is going to fuck her. She can't have Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, you're not tethered by the rules of being president. You're just running around here wild, sniffing around. You kidding me? Kamala, drop that pen. Can you pick it up for me? From one Willie to another. From Willie Brown to Slick Willie Clinton. Ryan English says, Jericho, what about Big Mike? I know I said her and Hillary was the worst ticket, but it's followed closely by Kamala Obama ticket. And Kamala could be out of here if Big Mike wants to run as VP. Her husband was president, and you think she's going to be vice? You know, that chef is looking down like, don't do it, girl. Who is it going to be? I think it'll be somebody, because if she's smart, which remains to be seen, you're not going to pick somebody who could beat you. So she'll probably pick some, I don't know, little known nobody to be her VP. But I don't know. They got to go up against JD Vance. That's going to hurt. That boy's good. So I don't know. Who is Kamala? Mayor Whiskey says Kamala Lewinsky. Uh-oh, payback. Now she's going to have Bill Clinton in the Oval Office or whatever you call it, vice president's office, going down on her. She's going to leave a stain on his dress. Ew. People are disgusting. Oh, thank you, my good man, Mr. Roasting Hodge. Appreciate that. Thank you, Roasting. And I thank you as well, Amateur Ant. Amateur Ant. Ant, thank you very much. Says Camel Toes VP will be a black female little person in a wheelchair. It'll be a black female lesbian in a wheelchair. Nailed it. That's an unstoppable ticket because you don't want to be called racist for not voting for them. Man, who gives a shit? Dirk Plexiglass says Kamala and Maxine Waters. I don't know if Maxine will make it. She's older than Sloppy Joe. She's going to be 85 this year. Shit. I don't think it'll be a woman, though. It'll be a dude, probably Booty Gauge. What's his name? Shapiro. Could be him. He's the governor of Pennsylvania. Something like that. Speaking of Pennsylvania, maybe she'll have Fetterneck. I'll be your partner, Kamala. Might have him. Zach Calleja says booty gag. You know he don't gag on booty. He don't have a gag reflex anymore. Come on. Warnock, maybe. He's a person of color as well. I don't know. Aaron M. Kamala Hunter. Oh, fuck. He'll be like, huh? Yeah. Armor VP. Some good shit. So it looks like it's official. Kamala, the Ugandan nightmare, the politician who went horizontal so her career could go vertical, will be the official nominee for the Democratic Party. But speaking of Sloppy Joe, Kamala, and all that, where is he? Where has he been? I mentioned that he's going to be doing, he says, it could be canceled, but he says he's going to be addressing the nation tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. But where has he been? He announced he had COVID like, what, a week ago or something? And he just been off the radar. I saw a clip of him walking from a vehicle to Air Force One. So he's still alive. But what happened? Now, if he had COVID and it was really bad and it knocked him out of the public eye for a few days, that must have been pretty bad. Someone of his age, that can't be good. Somebody mentioned in the chat earlier that he, was it Benny Johnson, is saying he had a stroke. And that's not good. Renee Roto saying he had a mini stroke. That's not good, especially for someone who had 4 aneurysms and an embolism. How much more can his brain take? What condition is he going to be in when he addresses the people? And especially if he had some kind of brain trauma, like a mini stroke or something like that. I'm thinking, I've said this a little while ago, I think we're going to see like a really bad fall to where he's like really losing it, he's really declining, or we're going to see, like we've seen some real bad verbal mistakes, slip-ups, gaffes, whatever you want to call them. But I think we're going to see some real bad ones. And it may be tomorrow. But he's going to say some really crazy shit that leaves no doubt that his brain is Quaker oatmeal. Hey, what? What? Monkeys do not like tuna. What? We asked you about the presidential race. Oh, I'm sorry. But blue jeans, they look great with knickerbockers. What? You know? I don't know, but where's he been? He's been locked up and locked down with old Kathy Bates from Misery, fucking Jill. And she's been feeding him tomato soup that has antifreeze in it. City Prepper 016. Yeah, the 25th Amendment. They've been talking that shit for a long time. They brought that up shortly after he assumed 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue as his residence. They mentioned it. They kind of threw that out there. But okay, if he's not mentally fit and they take the 25th Amendment route, then that further exposes them as fucking liars, because you were telling me he was fine weeks ago, days ago. You're telling me he was fine. You telling me he was good to go. Corinne Jean-Pierre, aka Chocolate Patty, she's up there telling me he juices a carrot every morning and does a back handspring before he leaves his bedroom. So how did it go from that to, damn, in a week he has to step down? Poor Sloppy Joe. Poor Sloppy Joe. Golly. His family don't give a shit about him. His whole family, his son, his daughter, his wife, they don't give a shit about him. Brett Hyatt, what's up? He says, oh yeah, I was gonna say, Kamala's the one that juices the cucumber. She juices it like this. So what the fuck? We knew his brains were falling apart back in 2020, 2019, whenever they wheeled him out there in that wheelchair. Justin Desroches says, Joe's getting play in my van with corn pop, hairy legs, and ice cream, all to celebrate our 17 months together, JG and family. What a way to celebrate. Him and Corn Pop are telling old stories about shit that didn't happen. And they brought along some black kids to play with his leg hair. Ugh. Quentin, yeah, they're not there. They got a fucking G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip. They're white knuckling that power. They don't want to get rid of the power so bad that they tried to kill somebody. Last weekend, they tried to kill somebody. Donald Trump should be deceased. If he didn't turn his head at the very last millisecond, he would be dead. That's the only reason that he's not. The only reason Donald Trump was not murdered. Oh, you're right. You're right, AB. They did kill somebody. I take that back. You are correct. They killed that former fireman, Corey. Damn it, I can't pronounce his last name. But yeah, they did kill somebody. But they killed the wrong person. They weren't going for a civilian target, I should say. They did kill someone and shot two other people who were in critical condition. But apparently, judging by what Trump said at the RNC rally, that they're going to be fine. But they did shoot somebody. They did murder somebody, where they were trying to murder Donald Trump. And had he not turned, whoever made that graph that he was going to turn and look at, they need to be promoted. But if he didn't turn his head to look, see ya, we would have seen the second U.S. president be murdered on TV. But this one would have been in 1080p in front of a lot more people. And so I see somebody saying there are two shooters. The splatter from the shot that hit the shooter, whatever his name is, doesn't matter. Speaking of that, that's right. Cracked Rock 1, JFK in 4K. Got it. Prince of the Cats. Meow. Prince of the Cats, thank you for the Twomsky. I'm so upset about being invaded. What are your thoughts? I'm right there with you. I'm downright angry about being invaded. And you noticed that hasn't been the talking point lately. You have New York City gearing up to give the illegals more free money. You have them still pouring over the border. We don't have Trump in there yet. That border is still wide open. That border is wide open like Kamala after 2 or 3 White Claws. Wide open. Same rules apply. Whoever wants to come in, come in. That's still happening. But that's what it is. It's an invasion. Normally, you, as a nation, you do something to repel an invasion. Just because they're not coming over the border with guns in their hands doesn't mean that they're any less of a threat. You can look up 10, 15, 20, 30 stories about American citizens being sexually assaulted and killed by people who have been sent back multiple times and shouldn't have been here in the first damn place. That's still happening. But the Trump assassination, had he not turned his head, he would have been shot and killed. And not only would that have been to hold on to their power, that would have been to send a message to the population. You will have what we let you have. You will vote for who we let you vote for. And if you happen to get a certain candidate past a certain point, we will kill them. Try again. You're voting for Biden or Kamala now? Good job. But whoever you're behind will kill. That was the message that they wanted to send. So speaking of that, there's the Valuetainment podcast with Pat Bet David, Vinny, Adam, Tom, and what's the guy's name? How can I not remember the dude who gets all the clips and stuff? But it's a group of guys. I don't know if you heard of them or not, but they do great stuff, great podcast. And I was checking out something today, and he has a video from this guy who is a sound expert. And he takes the assassination attempt and he breaks it down. And he's saying that there's possibly 3 different shooters. Now you check this out. Take the information in. Let me know what you think.
Shoulder. You see that? Watch his shoulder right there. And
you know what he's saying?
He's not.
Pause it, Rob, so that's the audience, because
not moving.
What
Rob,
he's saying is, notice there's no kickback when he shoots. So
right.
who shot that? Watch this. This is he's not dead yet.
Yeah,
that's the point. He's not dead yet. Watch.
Now there is no.
You can hear right after that lady yells, you can hear a gunshot, and you don't see that guy have any kind of recoil, even if it was an AR-15, which is definitely on the smaller end of rifle rounds. There would be some kind of kick, unless he's shooting a 22. Unless that dude's up there with a 22, there will be some kind of kickback. And the higher you go in the rounds, the more pronounced that kickback is going to be. Had it been like a 308 or something like that, then yeah, he's definitely going to have big kickback. But even, like I said, even if it was an AR-15, there would be something. So listen, that lady yells, then you hear the gunshot, then you see this frame. It happens very quickly.
No movement to his, no, like there's no movement, none. He is just dead still on that first shot. Okay. So again, I'm really concerned that what we're seeing here is those first 3 shots were not taken by that dude lying there on the roof. And again, we still don't know if that guy on the roof has even taken a single shot at all, because we have no data. The FBI is even locking out Josh Hawley, locking everybody out there, probably busy washing roofs down and dismantling stages and taking it all apart. Yep. And then saying, oh gosh, what a shame. There's some analyses that we could do if only we hadn't done that.
Rob,
right?
Can you pull up his entire audio? Can you go to Peak Prosperity, and I'll tell you what video to go to, and I'll tell you what minute to go to. I want you to go to.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be copyrighted or not. But fuck it.
Did you get it? 351.
351.
So 351. 3-5-1 and
lost
the
grade.
pacing. If you can pause it, what he's trying to say is the sound doesn't match each other's pace.
Very consistent with what we're experiencing on the first audio. So that's nice. They kind of line up pretty well. And here's the whole audio from all that screaming and the shots from video 2. We have in blue the first 3 shots here. We have more shots here from a second weapon. I'm not sure about this one. It has a very different sound that we heard. And here's the final last shot, which I believe is from, oops, sorry, don't have my thing. You don't know what I'm pointing at. This is the 5 that make a very distinct sound. Here's one with a very different crack in it. That's the 6th shot in the string. And then here we have the final last one, which I think is the sniper weapon, which is probably the one that put the bullet just over the left eye of Crooks on the roof. So we're going to take a closer look at the blue, the red, the blacks here and listen to these things. But once again, let's just listen very carefully, and we'll go back and forth until you're certain of this yourself. Here's just the first 3 shots from that video. I haven't done anything, no audio. I haven't done any enhancements. This is both of these video audio pieces are exactly pulled straight from the video itself. Nothing.
So this is going to be what we heard, the video that we saw, that everybody saw, of the gunshots going off, Trump grabbing his ear, being taken to the ground by Secret Service, and then all the chaos that ensued after that. But when it's not slowed down and stuff, when you're not really focusing, you can't pick all this stuff out. But go ahead and listen. You make up your own mind. But this shit, it's kind of convincing.
Nothing else. I haven't boosted any. I haven't done any filtering. Raw files. Okay. So, and by the way, every instinct in me was to try and minimize all the screaming, but I was like, nope. That just add, like, what did you do? And then there's questions. These are raw files. Here's 1, 2, and 3 to start. Okay. Listen to that again. And one more time. Okay. Now let's listen to the next string. Ooh. Yeah. Hear that? Yeah. So 6 sounds different to me, but here's an interesting thing. 1, 2, and 3, besides being muffled and further away, it doesn't have echoes. Here we have, this is a shot here, this peak. Oh, darn it, I don't have my thing up again. Here we go. So this here is a shot. This is an echo. Very clearly an echo, and a shot in an echo, and a shot in an echo. So this is actually critical evidence, because you hear that, there's echoes coming off. So that also allows us, again, to analyze where was this gun. But first up, we just have an absolutely different sound between the first 3. There's no echo. It's much further away. It's more muffled. It's just not in the same place at all. But these next ones, very different sound, totally different.
Yeah, and they do that second set of shots sounds closer. And it sounds like maybe somebody's standing next to a building or something for the sound to bounce off and make that echo.
Different weapons. Okay, full stop. We have 2 separate weapons. Plus, we have no echoes coming off of the first 3. And then we do have echoes coming off of the next set.
You can pause it right here. By the way.
So it's 1, 2, 3, the first shots that sound kind of far away. Then you have the next set of shots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that sound like they have an echo. And then you have boom, the last shot, which is presumably the sniper, the counter sniper, shooting the attempted assassin. So, and the first 3 are boom, boom, boom. The next 5 are boom, 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 bang. Then the last one. So I don't know. Said Poro Loco Me says there is no second shooter confirmed. I don't know. I don't think anything's confirmed other than the resignation of the jackass head or director of Secret Service. I don't think anything's been confirmed. Boom, 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 boom. Sounds to me like the first 3 shots were the ones meant to take out Trump. The second set of shots, the 5, are kind of bullets or shots to just distract or to cover up the first three. And then the last shot, bang, that's them taking out the sniper. So somebody else taking those first three shots, the ones that go past, hit Trump in the ear. It's almost like the second 5 shots are just somebody shooting in the air. They're not even shooting at Trump. It's just bang, 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 bang. I don't know. That shit definitely sounded like 2 different shots to me. And then you couple that with the fucking Secret Service running around there, headed up by a jackass who has done nothing, who has not earned that position. And here we go again. Now it's sexism. No woman should be protecting the president. No woman should be in charge of the Secret Service. Who I want in charge of the Secret Service is some dude who is a special ops sniper, probably has a really cool scar on his face, who has been in the shit, who has seen the shit, who has laid perfectly still for 3 days in his own human waste to take that shot. That's who I want who as the head of the Secret Service. Somebody who knows where a potential assassin might be, who can go out there and say, this one, that spot, that one, over there, secure that building. I want somebody like that. I want somebody that they're going to make a movie about. Alien Testosterone, fucking army guy, says, so no one in the Navy. Nope, that's exactly where you should get them from. A former Navy SEAL, because they are the greatest special forces group on earth. When they had to take 5 simultaneous headshots to kill the Somali pirates on a boat where it's going like this, they didn't call Delta Force or the Green Berets or the Airborne Rangers, did they? No. They called the Navy SEALs. Why? Because they're the best. And we needed 5 simultaneous headshots. You can't just shoot one guy because then the other guys are going to shoot their targets. So you need all 5 of those dudes to take one in the brain box at the same time. Nobody said, let's get the Army out here. Let's get the Marines out here. Let's get the Air Force out here. They said, let's get the SEALs. Nick says, do you trust JD Vance? I do. I mean, as much as I can from what I've heard about him. Yes, he said some bad shit about Trump back in the day, but he says that his mind was changed after seeing his presidency. That's possible. Alien Testosterone, Army, 1 shot, 5 kills. Yeah. Yeah, Quentin, Force Recon Marines, they're great. All American Special Forces, they're great. But who's the best? That's my question. Anyway, so yeah, she resigned. Kim Cheadle, she is no longer head of Secret Service. She never should have been in the first place. Those mini-me's, those Lollipop Guild Secret Service members she had out there, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Why do you have a bunch of women who come up to here on their target that they're supposed to be protecting? What is this? Oh, don't shoot me down here, but this is all open. Fuck out of here. That was ridiculous. I can't remember who it was. Somebody told her yesterday because she was getting grilled in front of Congress. They were tearing her ass up. And one of them said, you're a DEI horror story. Oh, damn. He said, hey, and then turn the blade. Damn. But I mean, is anything going to happen to her? No. She resigned. She's not going to face any charges. Mark Coniglio. She's not going to serve any time or be arrested or be inhibited in any way. Watch her pop up somewhere else at the head of some private security firm that has connections to the Clintons and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's right, Quentin. Loco Cortez, you motherfucker. Her womb is so polluted. She can have my fucking baby, man. Even AOC got in her ass. AOC was like, this goes beyond party lines. This is about the protection of a former president of the United States. That I was shocked by. Like, AOC, you got a brain rattling around in there. You know, when you shake a can of spray paint, you hear that little marble, that little ball bearing in there. You got some brains in there, girl. So even she was getting on her. Like, this is bullshit. You failed. She said, Kim Cheeto said that she was going to have a report in 60 days. And AOC was like, no, we need that report now. We should have already had it. She said, that is unacceptable that we have to wait another 2 months to get a report from you. You know, AOC, that's right, girl, baby, girl. That is unacceptable. But yeah, AOC was getting in that ass like a bike with no seat. And she should have been fired immediately. And that's Sloppy Joe's appointment. He's the one who picked her when he was handing out his DEI golden tickets. I got a golden ticket. They all opened their chocolate bar and got a golden ticket. What'd you get, Kamala? I'm going to be vice president. What'd you get, Kim Cheeto? I'm going to be head of Secret Service. What'd you get, Chocolate Patty? I'm going to be the White House press secretary. All right. Rachel, what'd you get? I'm going to be head of mental health or something. That's cool, Rachel. Yay. Fucking ridiculous. Booty Gauge, what'd you get? I'm going to be head of transportation. You know, where the train goes in the tunnel. I got a golden ticket. Fucking Charlie. So when he was handing those out, she got one. Didn't deserve it. There's probably some former special ops who like, but Afghanistan, Iraq. Nope. We need a DEI hire. So shut the fuck up. Take you and your qualifications and get out of here. I got a golden ticket. Doing that. But it's not about, I don't think it's about America being so sexist that we don't want a woman. Maybe you call it sexism, whatever the fuck you want, but I don't want to be in a country that's ran by a woman. Leadership, that leadership role is for a man. Leadership is for men, especially with the things that come with being president. There are certain decisions that need to be made, more of a logical viewpoint on things. Leyland Phillips, you're right. Metacanyon should make a cartoon about Jericho. I'll do all the voiceovers. Cody's SS77. Where do we go from here, Jericho? Do you honestly believe that we will have a fair election? I do. I think there's the way it looks now. Never underestimate, a group of people's ability to do stupid shit. But as it looks right now, it looks like so many people are going to be voting with the Republicans, voting against the Democrat Party, that they won't be able to rig it. It'll just be too much. And I also think that what could possibly happen if they do cheat again. So I'm hoping, there's a bit of optimism. I sure hope that we're going to get a fair election, or some semblance of a fair election. Jet Black Heart says we wouldn't be saying that if it was Ronda Rousey. Yeah, I would. Yes, Ronda Rousey is a great martial artist. She was, I believe, a silver medalist in the Olympics for judo. She's a bad motherfucker. And she could probably beat up 99.9% of the women on this planet, but she is still a lady. No thanks. All of her exterior achievements, the silver medals and the black belts and the UFC titles, doesn't change that she's a woman all up in her DNA. And I'm not trying to be I have a wife and a daughter. Of course, I don't want my daughter to feel limited in any way, but there's still, I remember she thought that she's 12 and my son's 8. Jeb, okay, she says I meant size and ability. Even still, I don't think she's big enough. Hold on, let's see. Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey. She's 37. Damn, I didn't know she's that age. She's 5'7", 135 pounds. That ain't gonna cut it. It ain't gonna cut it, girl. She's not big enough. 5'7", she's above average height for a woman, but 135 pounds? Nah, she ain't protecting nothing. It's too short. If her name was Rhonda Butte with 2 dots over one of the letters, and she was 6'2", 185, I guess we could talk, But judging by what I've seen, nah, all those female Secret Service members were short and undersized. I mean, what if you have to pull your what do they call them? I guess, would you call them a target? You're whoever they're protecting, their protectee, whatever, the president. What if they had to pull the president to safety? What if the president is injured and they have to pull the president to safety? She ain't doing that. Yeah, Trump is 6'4", 200-some pounds, the upper 200s. Let's say he's 250. 6'4", 250? That'd be tough for a man. Tough, but doable. Asset. Thank you, Greg. What if they have to drag their asset? I guarantee you a man on the Secret Service is going to do that. And I think it's an extra 40 pounds per 100 when it comes to dead weight. So if you have somebody that's 200 pounds, it's going to be like pulling 280 pounds. That's a lot. That's almost 300 pounds. And you got to drag it out of the way. And not only do you have to drag it out of the way, but shit's going on. Screaming, yelling. People are yelling out positions and orders, information. Crowd's going nuts. Maybe there are more gunshots being fired. That ain't going to happen. Ronda Rousey, the girl who beat her up. What about Brittany Griner? Even that big, goofy lesbian giraffe ain't dragging her. Let's see. Because she's 6'8", true. But let me see. I almost wrote giraffe instead of writing Brittany. Okay. 6'9". It just says she's 6'9". But she can't be 200 pounds. No way. She's 6'9" in the hundreds. Nah, you ain't dragging no 6'4", 200-some pound man out of the way. What if she has to pull the president out of the way? What if she needs to take him down to the ground? You're not strong enough to do that, especially on somebody who's not expecting that. What if you see something before the president sees it and you have to grab him and pull him down? If there's any kind of even if he doesn't resist, it ain't fucking happening. But you couple the size of a man with adrenaline, yeah. You're coming with me, sir. You're coming with me, sir. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. So I want to bring up something hilarious. It is, so Kamala had a speaking engagement yesterday. And they had Sloppy Joe call in to her speaking engagement. That was weird. That in itself was weird, to have somebody on the phone calling in during her speaking engagement, her speech she was giving. Like, why? Why do that? Are you X-rated? That's a deep cut for you right there. So there's a rapper on the West Coast, I believe from the Sacramento area, named X-rated. And he got sentenced to life in prison for murder. So when he would rap, this is back in the 90s, he would rap, he would call somebody collect, and they would put the phone up to the speaker in the studio, and he would rap his song over the phone. And it worked. You know, the technology wasn't there to clean the sound up to make it sound like he was in the studio. You could tell he was over the phone. He sold probably millions of albums rapping over the phone. So that's why I say he's the X-rated, not the X-rated that, you know, people might know who aren't from there, you bunch of perverts. But he called in over the phone. Oh, and it made it more awkward because not only was it somebody, like if you're talking to some young person over the phone, meaning somebody who's not old, all right? It doesn't have to be 30s or something like that. Even somebody in their 50s, 60s, 70s. Let's say somebody under 75. But when you're talking to an elderly person, like, what'd you say, dear? You know, a phone call on speakerphone might get a little awkward. What'd you say? They're talking, you start talking, and you got to stop, and then they stop. When you're talking to an elderly person with some faculty deficiencies, it can be a lot. If you're talking to a younger person, no problem. But this was fucking weird. And really, his age doesn't matter. I'm just saying that it just made it more awkward that, you know, his brain's all fucked up. But any person, it was just weird for somebody to call in during a speech. And this lady right here, when I saw her face, I honestly thought this was AI. I thought that they were making her face look like somebody else's face. Am I the only one? When watch it, look at her face. You can even see the way of the lighting, like, right, it looks lighter than down here. It just looks like her face was AI. Well, maybe you guys can't see it because I haven't shared the screen yet. It helps for people to see things when you share it with them. Right here, see how it's lighter here and like a shadow down here? I thought her face was AI. But let's see what the resident of Pennsylvania Avenue had to say when he called in to a speech.
But, you know, you're an amazing team, but we've got a great, I think we made the right decision. I know how hard you've worked, how many sacrifices you've made. And so many of you uprooted your lives for me and the kind of commitments few people make for anything these days, but you made it. And I've been honored and humbled. I mean, this is from the bottom of my heart. My word is a Biden for all you've done for me and my family. And we built the best campaign.
Is that it? All right, guess that was it. But how weird is that? And was that really him? Was that even really him? Yeah, it sounded like Leyland Phillips. It sounded like he had like a cough drop in his mouth, like he was eating something and he had a cough drop in his mouth. Or it just sounds, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I see a lot of people saying it's weird, it's fake. We will see tomorrow when he gets in front of the camera and addresses the people and lays out his plan going forward. And who knows? Will he be able to articulate this plan? Will we understand what he's trying to say? Probably not. Because again, that debate against Trump, that was supposed to be it, man. You were supposed to leave it all out on the field. You were supposed to be beat, bushed, tired, worn out after that hour-and-a-half battle with Trump, and you didn't deliver. You didn't. You stumbled, mumbled, and bumbled. So why would this less important speech be executed any better? I don't see how. I don't see why this addressing the nation won't be a fucking train wreck too, just like the debate was. Probably worse, because he's coming off of the sweet and sour sniffles. That poor man. I mean, yes, on one side, on the frosted side, yeah, you're an terrible president. You're a jackass. You've committed treason, all that shit. You fucked our economy up, inflation, all those things. But on the weak side, poor old man. Yeah, his family just pushing his ass out there in the limelight. Who knows what cocktails they're injecting him with? Can't talk, can't walk. Damn. And you have the entire machine behind it. He's our guy. Vote for Sloppy Joe. There's nothing wrong with him. Everybody. They called a meeting with academia, entertainment, politicians. They called everybody in the room. Here's the plan. Joe is the man. Go, go, go. And they went out in the world. They went out to their platforms and started singing that same bullshit. Laser Pants. Nice name. Good to see you. Fucking terrible. Sister Shirley, what's going on? 17 months in the game. She says, hello, Jericho. I haven't caught you live in a long time. I've missed you and hope you're doing well. XO from your number 3 member. Hey, thank you, girl. I appreciate it. You've been down for a while. Glad you're back. Glad you caught the live. Thank you very much. And we have think about what you'd think about. Think about what you think about. Thanks. He says, hey, JG, hope you like your new job at the Golden Corral. No, I'm not doing that bad. Do you think Trump still has a good chance of winning since Joe dropped out or died? Yeah, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We got to see him at his address tomorrow. Will it be pre-recorded? Ooh, it'll be pre-recorded and heavily edited. But we'll see. And it's supposed to be from the Oval Office, so it could be heavily edited. If it's live, oh my goodness, come on. If it's live, it is going to be choo-choo, a train wreck. And either way, if it's pre-recorded, it's going to be heavily edited. It's going to have so many cuts that an emo teenager is going to be jealous. All right, there are going to be so many cuts in that video. It's ridiculous. Or if it's live, it's going to be a verbal train wreck, and we're entertained either way. Oh my goodness, people. Sloppy Joe at his sloppiest. Okay. He called in to the speech. That was weird. And when you hear somebody talk about, how the accomplishments in his presidency, where? Tell me where. It's like pointing, you're looking at something. It's over there. Where? Right there. Where? I don't see it. I don't see this great economy. I don't see the number one economy in the world. If this is the number one economy in the world, then I don't want to travel outside of this country and see the rest of the world. These are down. Those are down. These costs are down. Where? I'm supposed to be happy because I'm paying less than $5,000 less than $5 a gallon. Oh, thank you, good sir. You are so merciful. Man, please. Where, fool? I don't see it. Maybe do I need to squint? LAPD SWAT 1, thank you. LAPD SWAT 1, thank you. He said, do you expect conflict in Europe in the next 90 days? Well, I don't know, man. That depends on which Europe we're talking about. If you mean Britain, where it's getting pretty bad, I think if they were going to do something, meaning the authorities, They would have done something by now. These people are burning shit. They're rioting in the streets. Where are you guys? Which Europe is going to show up? Is it going to be the old school Europe? Is it going to be this new pussy Europe who let all these people in the first place? So wait a minute. You let a bunch of unvetted, undocumented people into your country from a third world country, and you think they're not going to bring third world activities with them when they've been emboldened and empowered by the people of this country to do whatever the fuck they want? We won't do anything to you, and if anybody looks at you funny, we're going to tear their lives apart because they're a racist now, because they're questioning all these people that they know aren't from here. What did you think was going to happen? Now, not only are those people acting a fool, but they're acting a fool with your blessing. They know that they have support. They got backup. So that's going to make them even crazier. You're not going to do anything. All the Brits going to have to go out there and do something to clean up the streets. They might, because your punk ass government ain't doing nothing. You think Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London town, is going to go out there and do something and arrest and have combat with his people? And what about the prime minister? Hold on. I think the prime minister, the UK, I think he's a Muslim too. Let's see. UK prime minister. Keir Starmer. No, it wasn't England. Who's prime minister? Somebody just had a prime minister who is Indian or something like that. Where is it? You guys help me out. Some European country who has a prime minister who's, I think, Muslim or something like that. Let me know in the chat. Help me. Was it Ireland? No, that damn sure him. Michael D. Higgins. Which country was it? Damn it. Was it England? No, the prime minister. I just looked up the prime minister of England. England PM. Yeah, it says Keir Starmer since this year. No, John Swinney, PM of Scotland. Can't remember what country it was. But either way, do you think the governments of any of these European countries are going to do anything about it? I don't think so. They haven't. You got parts of Italy where there's just African dudes outside just lounging around. Like, you ain't walking down that fucking sidewalk with your woman. I guarantee that. You're out with your girlfriend, your wife. You ain't walking down that sidewalk with all them damn refugees hanging out. You know damn well somebody showed you a picture of that section of town, you wouldn't think Italy. So you let all these people pour into their countries, all these brown people pour into their countries from poor countries. You don't make them earn it, so they don't give a shit about their newfound home. They're going to bring that third world shit with them. Guaranteed. Now you see it. Now there's enough of them there. Now they've got the numbers. They've got the support of the local government. The local government is keeping the locals back. Don't you talk to them. Don't you touch them. Don't you look at them. Don't you call them that. Don't you have any questions about their arrival. So with all those things in place, you got the numbers, you got the support. Let's start tearing some shit up. So fucking sad. You think that can't happen here? You think they're not trying that here? All them damn Chinese, Pakistani, Mexican, Haitian, it's damn United Nations on our border. You got everybody down there now. The Mexicans are like, what the fuck? It's not just for you anymore. It's not just for South America anymore. We got the whole damn world down. Come on over. Here, hey, stop construction on the wall. You're making it too hard for them to get in. Hey, we're not putting the National Guard on the border. We're not going to do that. We're not going to put the National Guard. Hold on a second. They're called the National Guard. That means you guard the nation, right? It's in the name. If I open a restaurant called Burgers and Fries and I bring you a steak, you're going to be a little thrown off because the name of the place is Burgers and Fries. So they're called the National Guard, and you don't want to put them on the border to guard our nation? Okay. That makes total sense. No. That makes perfect sense nowadays. But what about this verse? Thank you very much. He says, JG, did you see that pathetic SS director get obliterated by Congress yesterday? Yeah, they fucked her up, man. Kim Cheeto is done. I don't think she has any ass left because they chewed her ass off yesterday. But again, she's going to land somewhere nice and soft on her feet. She's going to have some new job somewhere with some security firm, and she'll be in charge of something else. I mean, she protected Jill Biden when Sloppy Joe was vice president. She was on her security detail. Her husband puts her in charge of the Secret Service, so that's nepotism adjacent. But that was just a fucking clown show. That was a bunch of unprepared nonsense what happened July 13th. J13. That was absolutely ridiculous. I think that I would have done a better, if you'd given the Secret Service's resources, I could have put together a better plan of protection for Donald Trump. Because the first thing I'm going to do is say, hey, any building around here bigger than an outhouse, I want it emptied of people, and I want one of our guys on the roof. I don't care if you got one of those easy ups in the parking lot. Get out and put somebody on the roof. But, sir, that's just a coffee drive-up kiosk. Get the people out of there and put somebody on the roof. But, sir, it's just a church. I want it empty, and I want a man up on the steeple. Okay, I want him holding on to that cross at the top of the church. I don't care if you're scared of heights. But, sir, that roof has a slope to it. Okay, you ever heard of a harness, bitch? I want that building empty, and I want a man on the roof. You know that song? What is that? Wings? Man on the run. I want a man on the roof. But, sir, it's just a McDonald's. I want it empty, and I want a man on the roof. Do you understand me? Especially on that roof that's 150 yards away. Definitely get somebody up there. She said, nope. The roof had too much of a slope on it, so we secured the building from the inside. Come on now. Drumwolf62 says it was too hot. Then put on a camel pack, one of those bladders you wear in your back with a little straw, little tube that goes in your mouth. I don't know what to say. Put bags of frozen peas in your pants, but you better get your ass up there on that roof. And if you happen to see somebody with a backpack and a view and a rangefinder, let's get him tackled, zip tied in a fucking interrogation room ASAP. Okay, you're walking around near an area where a former president is going to be giving a speech, and you have a backpack and a rangefinder. Yeah, him right there. Get him on the ground now. But sir, his constitutional rights. We're going to have to hit pause because you brought rangefinder. If it turns out we're wrong, hey, here's a formal apology from the United States of America. Sorry about your new pants. Here's a check for a new outfit. Sorry we broke your rangefinder. Here's a gift card to Bass Pro Shop. But until then, get that fucking weirdo on the ground. No, let him go. Look, he's climbing on the roof. Hello, like I wanted, like your Michael Knight. Kit, get over there to that roof and throw that dude off of it now. But hey, what do I know? What do you know? You are just stupid taxpayer. That's all. You go to work every day. You toil. You bring home monies. I reach inside of your pocket. I take tax money, and you shut up and do nothing about it. I don't want to hear your opinion. You are stupid taxpayer. You know nothing. We are smarter than you. I've been to Yale. I've been to Harvard. I am smarter than you. Look at all my degrees on my wall. Look at fancy suit in my car with bulletproof window. Look at my office. I have staff. So therefore I am smarter and better than you. You stupid tax-paying American piece of shit. You piece of shit. Right? That's how it feels. That's how it feels. Your common sense, what you know, your spidey sense, what you know, like, how are you? You're the Secret Service. How the fuck? Yeah, you're right. You are right. Don't let them tell you any different. We're smarter than them. Donald Trump could be dead right now. Barron could be crying with one hand on his father's casket right now. Melania could be sitting down with a veil over her face, being handed a properly folded American flag right now. If he didn't go like this, all the pieces were in place. Incompetent Secret Service director, ridiculous plan. There were fences around that building and the Secret Service couldn't even get out. It took 2 minutes to get Trump off stage. It took another 2 minutes to get him in the beast and out of there. You found your loner weirdo. Somehow he knows how to make bombs. There were bombs found in his car. Rangefinder, backpack. A kid that was laughed off of the shooting team. Did he go home and say, I'll show you guys? And he just started training like a montage from an action movie? All of that was in place. We may have multiple shooters. Bang, 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 bang. Justice Study says a car found 5 miles away. So hold on a second. This guy just grabbed his rifle and his backpack and his rangefinder and he just hooked it 5 miles. What was your plan of escape? Did you have a plan of escape? You must have if you left the explosives in your car. All of that. And Trump went like this and foiled their plans. Oops, he was supposed to be dead. Scramble time. Do you think they'll try again? You think they'll try again? If they do you think they'll miss again? You think they'll miss a second time? I think this time it's going to be Air Force One it is not an Air Force One, but Trump Force One going down. It's going to be some kind of an explosion. It's going to be something where they take it out of the hands of a stupid shooter who could miss their mark. People are going to be looking for that. You think people who are at his rallies aren't going to be scanning, looking for a flat roof, a semi-flat roof not too far from here? Red hot poisoning. It's going to be something like that. It's going to be something with a lower failure rate than a sniper's bullet. Don't you think it's possible to turn on your TV or look at your phone and see an image of Trump Force One in flames in midair or on the tarmac, somebody with an RPG or something? This is crazy conspiracy theory basement bullshit 2 weeks ago. Now it's real. After they tried to shoot him Kennedy style, now that shit is real. Now it can really happen. Because if it got to the point where they took a shot at him on national TV, do you think they're going to give up? They took it to the point where they wanted to murder this man. They did murder another man, not the one they wanted, but they took a human life. They took a human life over some bullshit, over their power, over their vice grip on society. They killed a man, wanted to kill a different one. Do you think they're all of a sudden going to give up their taste for blood? That's like a crackhead looking in their pocket for a crack rock. Well, I didn't find it. Guess I won't smoke crack anymore. Nope. They're going to try something else. They're going to tear that house apart. They're going to be looking through the carpet for that crack. This is their crack. This is their drug. This is their heroin. Power. Whatever. How many people do you have to kill? I don't care. Give me my power. What are they going to try next? What are they going to try? How are they going to try to take him out next? Terrible, man. Terrible, terrible, terrible. We thought it was over with JFK and RFK and even Reagan, even though he didn't die, he was still shot. That was 40-some years ago. The Ferg says truck bomb. Yeah, what if they get somebody on the inside? We're talking about them here. They, the man, whoever that is. You think they can't get a truck full of explosives to pull up next to his plane on the tarmac? Poses a fuel truck or something like that? Poison? Man, this shit is crazy. This is some shit that happens in the past. This is some Duke Ferdinand shit. This happens in another country. This happens in Mexico with some federal judge that was fucking with the cartel. This happens somewhere else. This happens somewhere where life is cheap. And they make the things that we wear. This ain't supposed to happen here. I don't know, guys. But look at it this way. She's gone. new director of the Secret Service. I wonder what they're going to look like. They're going to be some fucking war hero with a chest full of medals. I don't know. Talk to me. I will be uploading more content today. I have to have the video edited of the interview that I did yesterday for Green's House. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for that shit. Make sure you give me a follow on X at green_Jericho. All right. And I will see you guys when I'm looking at you. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your viewership, your money, all that shit. I really appreciate you guys being here on a hot Tuesday afternoon. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link and make sure you hit the link to my X. Give me a follow on X at green_Jericho. I am Jericho Green. And man, I'm out.